How exactly does Web3 solve for what went wrong in the last era of the web? To be sure, technology is not a panacea. This new era of the web doesn't have moral agency. It's not going to solve all of our problems. Technology does not solve problems. People do. But there are some key principles of Web3 that are very distinct from Web2 that I think, if executed on, will empower individuals and make the web a more fair and more inclusive place. Number one is ownership. Digital assets, or tokens, give internet users an economic stake in their digital existence. They basically enable property rights online, allowing two or more individuals to transact peer-to-peer without an intermediary, but also allowing individuals to custody their own digital goods. Just as websites can be thought of as containers for information, tokens can be thought of as containers for value or for assets. As such, if you think about it, there's really a near infinite number of different kinds of tokens that you can create, really, representing ownership and everything from money to stocks, art, collectibles, data, natural assets, and so much more. Number two, commerce. Web3 is enabled by blockchains. Blockchains are a digital medium for value. So with new digital assets or tokens at our disposal, innovators can really reimagine many business models and marketplaces with this technology. Stock markets, commodities markets, art markets, across a range of different areas, not just in financial services, as I've pointed out, but even cultural industries. For example, in finance, decentralized finance, also known as DeFi, is really reimagining many traditional financial markets, everything from lending to trading to how we fund new investments, how we store value, how we move value, how we organize financial information. Consider stablecoins, digital assets backed by fiat currencies. These things clear trillions in dollars of value per year today on blockchains such as Ethereum. In cultural industries, NFTs, non-fungible tokens, are also enabling new ways for creators to monetize their art and connect with fans. Number three, identity. In a Web2 model, internet users create all this data, but they don't actually own the data, and that is a problem. Instead, that data is monetized by these huge aggregators, the digital conglomerates, the social media giants, who repurpose and repackage it and sell it to the highest bidder. Advertising became one of the web's greatest business models. That came, unfortunately, at the expense of privacy and the user experience. Data is one of the most important asset classes of the digital age. But until now, there have really been no ways to kind of crystallize and safeguard it, to allow individuals to custody it. With Web3, individuals own their own data. They can use it as identifiers, creating a self-sovereign identity, but also creating new ways for them to monetize that information that was previously not possible. Number four, governance. Many Web3-based products and services allow users to earn into the ownership of those products and services by way of a token. These are called token incentives. And ownership is a very powerful force. It aligns the interests of users with the products that they rely on. It also gives them some economic upside, and with it a say in the governance of those platforms. For example, let's look at DeFi. Early users of applications such as Compound, a lending platform, or Uniswap, a decentralized exchange, were rewarded early on for kind of helping to bootstrap the usefulness of those applications. So if you think about a decentralized exchange, what an exchange needs is liquidity. The more liquidity there is, the more people are transacting, the more useful it is. So the entities that provided liquidity early on were actually rewarded with a native token. And that token gave them upside and participation in the thing that they were using. So an easy way to think of this is really that Web3 simply extends the Silicon Valley maxim that to attract the best, you need to share in the upside. But it applies it globally to anyone who uses Web3 applications in this frictionless, digitally native way using tokens.